Okay.
Is it hot that upstairs?
Yeah, please.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today in the face of hardship. I continue to revisit Dr. King's words. Where do we go from here, chaos or community? Certainly, this is a moment of chaos, of cruelty, callousness. And in the midst of it, we must continue to choose community and solidarity. It's community that holds us up when it feels that everything is coming down around us, community that binds us not by blood, but by bond. Bonds forged through shared triumphs and failure, through the joy of catching up with a neighbor, through our weekly shopping trips, to our friendly food grocers. That's why we're here today, because we are choosing community over chaos. And the community and support that these food providers give us on a daily basis is unparalleled. I want to say thank you to the Dorchester Food Co-op. Where are my Dorchester Food Co-op people? Why aren't y'all up here? Please come up here. Come on, Robin. Excuse me, we need to do branding. Come on, y'all. Okay.
Full outfit.
Appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much.
This very place is a labor of love. It is the place that community builds. It is the place that community builds. So thank you to Dorchester Food Co-op for having us here today, and to the many corner store owners, nonprofit leaders, urban farmers, and grocers for the role you play. And thank you all for sharing your stories and your expertise today. These dedicated food providers are the backbone of the Massachusetts 7th, ensuring our neighbors are well fed while promoting a flourishing local economy. Their operations depend on SNAP sales to continue. Without SNAP sales, their doors could close, and the consequences will be felt throughout these communities. It would leave families, children, seniors, and those with disabilities without an affordable and accessible food supply. And it would leave a marked gap in our local economies. Food grocers no longer sourcing goods and selling in our communities. Farmers no longer providing healthy produce. Businesses forced to find other work and ways to support their families. The impact of Donald Trump's refusal to fund SNAP under the government shutdown he created will be felt deeply in this incredible place we call home. And I know that there's been an announcement in real time about a releasing of some of those contingency funds, but it isn't good enough because it shouldn't be delayed. And beneficiaries should be receiving their full benefit, not partial, and with a date uncertain, which is what has been provided here. So again, the cruelty is the point, and it is an intentional choice by this administration to starve its citizenry, to starve babies, to starve veterans, to starve elders. Over 1 million residents rely on SNAP in Massachusetts to keep food on their table. More than half of those beneficiaries reside here in Greater Boston in the Massachusetts 7th Congressional District. Now, let me make it plain. Trump has the authority and the resources through this emergency contingency funds, $5 to $6 billion to fund SNAP through November. But instead, he and his administration have dragged their feet, refused to fund SNAP despite having the authority and the funds to do so, and despite 2 judges ordering them to comply with the law. And mind you, this is all in the midst of money being sent to Argentina. This is all in the midst of ballrooms being built, all in the midst of a fight where Democrats want to provide and lower the cost of health care and feed the people of this country, while our Republican colleagues want to give tax breaks to billionaires. Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House. They have the power to reopen the government. They have the power to keep safe, uplift, and protect families across this country. They have all the power. And they are choosing to use that power to govern with contempt. They have contempt for every person who calls this country home. They are choosing to stay on a taxpayer-funded vacation and to exact widespread, wholesale policy violence. Republicans' government shutdown and the uncertainty around SNAP funding is not only leaving our families hungry, but as was made clear here today, it is also pushing local small businesses and farmers out of business, destroying local economies and leaving communities without. Food is medicine. Food is community. So we're pushing back in the strongest way we know how, together, choosing community over chaos. And with that, I will bring to the podium.
That's money circulating that will not circulate if this policy violence to our most vulnerable communities continue. I'm glad to be here with my colleagues on the Boston City Council, Councilor Mejia, Councilor Santana, Councilor Orell. Last week on the Boston City Council, we unanimously passed a resolution condemning the Trump administration's actions here. This is a president who time and time again is showing through his actions and his words that he believes that those who have should just have more and those who struggle should just struggle more. And that's not okay. That's not the America that I want to be fighting for, that anybody here wants to be fighting for. And so it requires us to do this work of organizing, as Rudney said, of infrastructure building so that we can take care of each other. And at the same time, we also have to realize that there's nothing that we can do to meet the amount of money that the federal government is putting into SNAP. As much as we love each other, as much as we care for our neighbors as we should, as modeled by so many who we profess to care about, Jesus, who spent most of his time with the neediest among us, this administration does the exact opposite. So while we are trying our best in the city of Boston to set up systems so that people who are in need can have support, and I encourage anybody who needs help or who wants to help to go to boston.gov/SNAP, or if you know anybody who is in need of food or in need of resources, to call 311. We have to continue to condemn the actions of this administration, to stand in the gap for the neediest among us. I grew up as a kid whose mother was on WIC to take care of me and my sisters. These are essential programs for our families here in the city of Boston. And if you know anything about food insecurity, you know that it has no color and that it has no barrier because people are struggling around our city. So I want to thank all of our partners. I want to thank the Dorchester Food Co-op for all the work that you are doing to have us re-envision and reimagine what food justice looks like, what community ownership looks like. To all the Urban Farming Institute, to Mattapan Farm and Food and Fitness, all of our partners who are here before this specific harm was created, was standing in the gap to address the harms of food insecurity. I want to thank the best organizer in the game here, Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, for gathering us all here and recentering us on what matters, right? We fail every day as government if we are not responding to the issues that people care most about. We are making a mockery of our service if we are not spending our time in government responding to those who need us the most. And so instead of focusing on ballrooms and marble bathrooms, I implore this government to care about everyday Americans who are hurting today. Thank you. Thank you, Congresswoman Pressley.
Okay, thank you. I'm just so grateful to call the Commonwealth of Massachusetts my home and the city of Boston. It's incredible to have leaders at every level of government that speak with moral clarity and move with conviction to take care of our community members. So thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you. Does someone want to speak on behalf of the Office of Food Justice? Is Eliza still here? Okay.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Council President. Aliza Wasserman, Director of the Mayor's Office of Food Justice for the City of Boston. Here in Boston, we have 140,000 residents and 92,000 households who receive SNAP benefits from the federal government. And as of Saturday, these families have started to really suffer, and this has ripple effects on stores throughout the city. In particular, there are 6 zip codes in Boston where over half of those households live. So we have some real tough choices that our families are having to make, and our stores are going to start having to make. Stores like this one, Dorchester Co-op, farmers across the state, farmers markets, where sales are really their payroll, their ability to pay rent. This is about our residents who have started to suffer and don't know when this help is going to come back to them that they count on for not just food, but their entire household budget, whether it's heating, housing costs, healthcare costs. there's massive ripple effects in our community. We do want support finding food resources, boston.gov/SNAP. And the mayor announced on Friday we are partnering with the Boston Foundation. For any community members, other private entities who are looking to support their neighbors, they can go to tbf.org//SNAP to help donate to a fund that will not be able to meet this gap, because no private resources, no city, no state can replace the federal government responsibility. So we really need the federal government to act. But those who are looking to support their neighbors temporarily in this emergency crisis can go there to help support their neighbors. Thank you.
Los SNAP benefits. Ustedes saben que la comunidad, particularmente la comunidad hispana, tiene la situación en la cual no entiende hablar el inglés y están un poco confundidos, pero al final del día tenemos que organizarnos y trabajar juntos y apoyar los supermercados y las bodegas para asegurarnos que puedan tener sus puertas abiertas. Esta situación que está pasando en el nivel federal es un ataque directamente a las personas que son las más vulnerables. Eso quiere decir las personas que son de bajo ingreso, las personas que no saben hablar inglés, las personas que son veteranos, las personas que tienen menos son los que van a perder más. Y las personas que tienen más se están aprovechando de las personas que tienen menos. Y eso es injusto. Y tenemos una oportunidad como comunidad a trabajar juntos en esta situación. I said something in Spanish and I want to say in English, if that's okay, because I felt really inspired, that the people who have the most, right, are taking advantage of the people who have the least. And the people who have the least are the ones that are going to be impacted the most.
That's right.
By what is happening on the federal level. And this is disgraceful. And so this is our opportunity for us to stand up and fight back. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Thank you. That was perfect. Okay, is Rooney still here? Oh, yes. One of the dedicated, now listen, there are boards, right? But a lot of people serve on boards in name only. This is a working board. And so we are so grateful for these board members who labor and love on behalf of the Dorchester Food Co-op. Thank you, Rooney.
Thank you so much, Congresswoman Pressley, for making space for us here today. I'm so proud to be one of the newest board members of the Dorchester Food Co-op. And the Dorchester Food Co-op is the answer to a dream. I'm so happy you started your remarks with that. It's literally the answer to a dream where this lot here was empty land, and we were able to partner with YetAid and do a multi-service building. Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
You're good.
And so our residents are upstairs and we're here on the first level. So for me, it's a nice symbiotic relationship where we get to feed the community. But further, when you think about immigrants, right? I don't know if I should speak in Haitian Creole here. Nous, well, comme nous gagnons, nous connaissons là. C'est moi qui t'ai liaison communauté haïtienne pour ville Boston pour haïtien pour plus longtemps. Alors, je connais ville Boston, il y a un pile désert manger la donne. Nous connaissons qu'on a besoin. Alors, on travaille pour moi-même là, comme un immigrant, sous bord là, je pense avant. Nous travaillons avec l'organisation comme IFC, comme Shoreline Center. Nous travaillons avec l'autre organisation comme AFAB, qui prend soin filles qui ont des moun. Nous connaissons là. Alors, on travaille. Ça qui fait nous content ici là dans Dorchester Food Co-op. Nous avons plus de liberté selon gens nous former Food Co-op là. OK? Ça veut dire nous pas stop and shop, store market, nous pas un gros 2300 moun comme membre dans Dorchester Food Co-op. So, nous espérons que la communauté a campé derrière nous, OK, pour nous joindre manger pour moun yo, pour nous joindre une façon pour nous porter manger par moun yo. So I'll say quickly in English. So for
Welcome to Dorchester. Welcome to Dorchester.
So having been the longest serving Haitian mayor liaison for the city of Boston, I'm so grateful to have you all here today because we recognize that we have some food deserts in the city of Boston, especially in Dorchester. So the beautiful thing about Dorchester Food Co-op is the fact that when you're a member here, you're a member owner. So you're programming to respond to the community's needs, to educate you and make sure that you're fed. So I want to thank every single person who's here today, including my colleagues, because we work really hard to keep this place open for you. So being a working board means that we're doing everything from comms to programming to operations. And so I'm thankful for each and every one of you here. Thank you.
Thank you. We have representation from all corners of the Massachusetts 7, so now we'll hear from Everett, from the farmers market there, from Felipe.
Hola, muy buenas tardes a todos. Mi nombre es Felipa Zelaya. Yo represento a la oaxaqueña. Estoy aquí con una mujer mexicana, orgullosamente. Oaxaqueña nació primero como una tienda de convenience store en Riviera. Y con el esfuerzo y el cariño que le hemos podido a este negocio, usamos el retiro de mi esposo para usar la siguiente tienda en Everett, la oaxaqueña, para traer los productos mexicanos a nuestra comunidad. Desde entonces hemos logrado unir la cultura. En nuestra mesa se sientan personas de diferentes partes del mundo. Todos disfrutan de nuestra comida oaxaqueña. Es muestra de nuestra cultura mexicana. Pero el camino no ha sido fácil. Superamos la pandemia, donde la incertidumbre nos puso a prueba. Salimos adelante, gracias a Dios y al apoyo de la comunidad latina que servimos. Hoy enfrentamos otro reto sobre el EBT, el SNAP, debido al cierre del gobierno federal. Muchos de nuestros clientes dependen de este apoyo para alimentar a sus familias. Cuando se interrumpe, no solo vacía la mesa de sus hogares, también resiste a los pequeños negocios como nosotros. No hablamos de política, hablamos de seres reales, seres humanos, trabajadores. Ellos sufren, también la comunidad sufre. La oaxaqueña crece con trabajo y esperanza. Y la unión también. No pedimos privilegios, pedimos empatía, que quienes toman decisiones comprendan que detrás de cada ayuda, sigo creyendo en los sueños, en sueño de una mujer oaxaqueña que salió de su pueblo con la esperanza de construir algo digno y de compartir lo mejor de su cultura con este país, porque no queremos solo sobrevivir, queremos seguir creciendo, seguir aportando y seguir representando con orgullo nuestra gente latina. Gracias.
Value and need it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Vicki Siggers. I'm with the Mattapan Food and Fitness Coalition. I'm the Food Access Manager. One of the things that we do is run a farmer's market, providing locally affordable fresh produce. I've been told to speak louder. I'm so happy to be here. I thought I was coming to get more information that I could take back to Mattapan or to anyone who comes to me asking about what's going to happen. But I'm just so happy that we were able to sit at a round table and that we are all sharing the same concerns. And I don't feel alone. It has been a very emotional space and time leading up to this, being on Zoom calls, with saying that I'm so happy that everyone here that's behind me, beside me, in front of me, has supported me, supported Mattapan Food and Fitness, so that we continue to know that we are.
Small retailers, including farmers, benefit from SNAP as it is a consistent source of customers throughout the year. SNAP is an economic multiplier, as we've heard here, and it generates economic activity. Therefore, any change to SNAP hurts retailers like farmers who purchase local goods and services, and it also limits access to food for some of our most vulnerable neighbors. I ask that we continue to support any SNAP advocacy until all the funds are released. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Final thoughts? Council? Yes. Okay, sure.
Hi, I'm Antonio Mateo Garcia. I'm on the Dorchester Food Co-op. I'm also the founder of a local organization called Help by AMG. I really want to quickly say is the best way we're going to get through this is with community support, going to your local co-op, even if you know of a neighbor that's struggling, as simple as just going to their door with a box of groceries. Everything can be done with a collaborative effort. So right now, we just really need to stay true to the community support. Go to your local co-op, shop there, donate to your local funds, set up a mutual aid network. Anything helps. Every penny matters, and every voice should be heard. That's all I wanted to say.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So if any of our partners or colleagues need to go, I have a feeling they'll be asking a lot of off-topic questions. But you're, of course, welcome to remain. Okay. Any questions?
So the governor put out a statement essentially saying it's unclear right now when Massachusetts will see this funding. But it sounds like it could take up to 2 weeks. I just want to get your thoughts on that.
I'm sorry, who are you asking about? Governor Healy, or you were asking about the government? I didn't hear.
It sounds like it could take up to 2 weeks before some of these payments go through the SNAP recipients is really what I'm getting at. So I just want to get your response to that.
I mean, again, we find ourselves in an unprecedented moment, and so that is exactly why it is necessary that we continue to partner, to collaborate, and to stand in the gap. It is just outrageous that we're in this position at all. Never. And I'm grateful to call the Commonwealth my home and to have dedicated leaders that are going to do everything to stand in the gap, but they cannot backfill that of the federal government. But I'm grateful that we will mitigate the harm.
Coach, would you talk a little bit about Trump is saying he's going to release some contingency fund? It's like the two parts of the providence for it. 50% looks like. Is that even close to solving? Are we basically at square?
Absolutely not. I'm sorry. Can someone get me something to drink? Because in addition to the disparate health outcomes in my district, that includes asthma, which I'm a sufferer, to make history for all the wrong reasons. And they have chosen during the longest government shutdown in the history of this country to not meet the needs of SNAP beneficiaries. We have never, on purpose, starved the people of our country. We have someone in the Oval Office who has contempt for the people of this country. We should not be in this position at all, either in a government shutdown or in the midst of that shutdown, denying hungry people food.
Can I just ask you something off topic?
Sure.
Senator Warren, of course, passed away. I know you knew him well. Did you want to offer any words about him?
Honestly, we're still reeling. Seti Warren and I were close colleagues and dear friends. We worked together with U.S. Senator John Kerry for many, many years. As is so often the case in the work of electoral politics and movement building, we do become chosen family of politics at the Kennedy School of Government. But as I said yesterday in my post, there'll be plenty of time for us to enumerate his many achievements and to speak about his contributions to democratic politics and his skills as a convener. But right now, I just want to center the man. He was one of the kindest, most decent. He's worked in numerous presidential administrations. I was receiving calls from all over the country yesterday, people extending condolence and asking how they could best support the family. So it is a loss for our country, but honestly, I think it's a loss for collective humanity. He was really a very decent man, and he will be terribly missed and gone far too soon at only 55 years of age. Yeah. Sure.
I'm going to
ask
after that question about a poll, but I have to ask you.
Okay.
Senator Markey.
My goodness. Look, I'm so proud to be a member of this Massachusetts delegation. We are focused on exactly what we need to be focused on in this moment, and that is the shutdown. not politics, but the pain of the people and the communities that we serve who sent us to Washington, and that's what I'm focused on. Okay. Anyone else? I promise not to cough or cry.
Going back to the SNAP issue.
Yes.
Clearly, there's a lot of uncertainty right now about what the Trump administration is about to do in terms of releasing more funds. I just want to know what you hope to tell your constituents as they navigate yet another round of uncertainty in what has been just a catastrophic few weeks. Can you talk with me a little bit about what you just want them to know as they hear this news? Because I know they're not going to have answers for a while.
About the partial release of funds?
Yeah.
I will remind them that what they are owed is their full benefits, and that we have the